Welcome to the Rebecca Adehill Podcast. I want to start off by saying that I want my name to remind you to go and live your life big, to take risks, to go all in and write one hell of a story with the one life you know that you have. I'm a 7-figure business mentor, wife, and mother of 3, and I'm here to share my journey with you as I am constantly moving in the direction of more bigness, more impact, more wealth, more depth, and more life. My aim with this podcast is to activate and inspire you to go and live your life big in the fullest, most passionate way. I'm so glad that you are here, so let's dive right in. Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Rebecca Adehill Podcast. I hope that you are having the most magical start to your week. I want to bring a really exciting conversation to you today that I think is going to help so many of you. I put a question box up on my Instagram story earlier today, and it was a very clear pattern in the reply that I got to the question I put up, which was, what do you need to unbecome in order for you to become something that you are not? This stems from the episode that I recorded last week. So if you haven't listened to last week's episode, make sure that you go and do that as well. So I'm going to read you a question right now, and then I'm going to start the conversation and simply share how I have navigated dealing with this particular topic. And the question is, how do you become something when you feel like your partner is at a different stage to you? I found this challenging when I am doing the inside work, but they are not. It feels like it affects my being. There were so many messages to this, or I get really down when my husband is grumpy, or I want all of these things for my life, but my husband is kind of happy just to cruise, and it's almost like it's a bit of a disconnect in the relationship. And before I even dive into today, I want to put a full disclaimer on this episode that I am no relationship expert. So I am simply going to share how I have personally navigated this in my relationship, and hopefully that can help you too. So the first thing that I want to say on this topic is it is not your partner's responsibility to come on your personal development journey. There is a reason why it's called personal development, inner work. That if you are a person right now that feels like you need other people around you to be the final piece of the puzzle to your happiness, that tells me we have some more work to do. If your emotions are running wild because your partner is up and down or may not be on the same journey as you, let's dig a little bit deeper. The reason why we go on a personal development journey is simply because we want to set ourselves free from being detached or controlled by anything or anyone. That our own personal development is for us, and one of the most important things that we can work on. And when you start to work on the things that no one can take away from you, that is when you become unstoppable. Your self-esteem, your confidence, your self-worth, your internal peace, your happiness. When you are so sure of who you are, and when you are so committed to bettering you, it doesn't matter whether they are on the same journey as you or not. It is not their responsibility to jump on the next manifestation course or the next mindset course for you to work on yourself. That is your responsibility. So when we are looking at that situation, and I want to give you an example. My husband is a veteran. He's a soldier. And when I tell him about all of the personal development stuff that I do and how I think and how I journal and how I meditate and how I set my goals and how I lead myself and how I lead my clients, he literally looks at me with his eyebrows raised and he's like, good for you. That is awesome. And I'm laughing at it because we are so similar in so many ways, but we are so different to one another. I am like, I live for personal development. That is the purpose of life, to become better every single day and do more and become better and better and better and better. Never stop growing, never stop evolving. And my husband is like, chill. I'm good. I'm sweet. I'm pretty good. I'm pretty content. I don't reckon I need to work more on myself. Like, I'm sweet. I'm good. We happy, right? And I'm like, yeah, we happy. And I don't think that it's our partner's job to jump on the same journey as us because we choose to do the inner work. And I can say this with such ease and lightness in my heart because when I believe I've always been a person that has been very interested in my own personal evolution and growth. And I believe I've always had this growth mindset. But when you have a growth mindset and when you are committed to your own growth, allow for that journey to be yours and not your partner's. So I want you to feel into this for a moment and just tune into what does it look like to let go of trying to control another person to jump on the same journey as you. What would that detachment, and I'm not saying disconnect from your partner, I am asking what would detachment from feeling like you need to control someone else's behavior as you are growing and evolving, what does that feel like in your body if you go, I'm just going to let that go. I'm just going to let my partner be on their own journey and I am going to do me. We have this running joke in my family, and my husband and I will look at each other and we go, you do you and I do me. Like, you do you. You do you. Right? Because we are so different. I love the duality in our relationship. It is so beautiful that we can be so similar, yet we are so different. The second step, and I want you to open your heart space before I give you the second step. The second step is, are you currently being the best possible partner to your husband or wife? Are you currently being the best freaking catch that they could ever find? Are you the best partner for them? How are you showing up in the relationship? Are you currently voicing and looking at all of the things that they are doing wrong? Or are you choosing to look at all of the things that they are doing right? I could tell you so many things that pisses me off about Brody, and so many things that I'm like, oh man, why do you do it that way? Why do you do this? Why do you do that? My way is better, right? We all have those things. But I could not imagine spending my days criticizing my own husband for not doing it my way. Maybe his way is the right way. Maybe my way is also the right way. Maybe we are simply not looking in the right places. I compliment the shit out of my husband every single day. And guess what? He does the same to me. Every single day. Oh, my love, I'm so proud of you. You are so beautiful. You are so good looking. You are so sweet. Thank you so much. I appreciate you so much. Every single day, you look so healthy, you look so beautiful, I appreciate you, I noticed how you did that. We compliment each other so much. And my husband is like, I don't need a trophy. Like, I don't even need a compliment. But so I know he doesn't need one. He's not asking for a compliment, but I love to receive compliments. So I know if I want to receive something, I'm going to give it to him. So I am showering that man in so many compliments. Oh my gosh, baby, you look so good. You are the best dad. You are this. I love when you did that. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Everything. I compliment him. I make him feel loved. Every single day, I make him feel like he is enough. And when you have a man that feels enough, that feels worthy, that feels respected, that feels loved, you watch that man blossom versus criticizing that man for not being what you want him to be. You pick him apart. You look at all of the things that he's not doing. What about all of the times when he's actually doing something good? When he's actually doing something sweet? When he's actually doing something that may seem so insignificant but means the world to you. When my husband makes me coffee in the morning, I look at him and I go, oh my gosh, I feel so loved right now. The way you come in and you give me a little kiss on my forehead, I said, I feel so loved. I appreciate you so much. I feel so loved. I love you so much. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. And guess what happens when you have a household? When I love my husband the way I like to be loved, he's happy. He's happy. He feels worthy. He feels seen. He feels supported. He feels appreciated. Which means I couldn't give a shit if my husband was on the same personal development journey as me, because it's my personal development. And the better I am, the better he will be. Because the better I am to me and the better I feel, the more I can give. And the more I can give to him, the better he will feel. And when you make someone feel so fucking loved, supported, seen, safe, appreciated, respected, that person will become the person of your dreams. So flip the coin and share with them all of the things that they are doing right. I want to give you a challenge and spend the next 7 days and only compliment your partner. You don't have to criticize them, because that only builds up resentment within you. It will without a doubt lower his or her self-esteem, but it will build up a level of resentment in you. And when you are in a relationship that you feel a level of resentment towards, of course you are not going to compliment them. Of course, your self-development journey isn't going to feel that good and that great, because you're like, you're the one that's stuffing up my journey. Come on, I'm growing, we're meant to grow together, we're meant to do everything together. And I'm like, no, we're not. We're different. We are so different. And when you allow for your better half to have their own experience and their own way on their timeline, they will support you to go and have the same. And I think this is such a beautiful way of looking at it, and not just for your partner's sake, but for your sake. That every time we feel like we are needing to control someone, or every time we are feeling like we need them to be something for us, that will be exhausting. I know what that feels like, trying to change somebody. And I've said this in the past and I'm going to say it again. Power back to you, power back to you, power back to you. Power back into your own body. Because when you try and control the things you can control, you will end up being so exhausted, So control the things you can control. Be the uplifted frequency of the home. Shower your partner in compliments. Maybe your partner may be struggling right now without communicating it, and all we do is we pick them apart. And rather than picking them apart and rather than telling them all the things they are doing wrong, how can we create safety for them? How can we create a space for them to be exactly who they are? Babe, I don't need you to change. I love you just the way you are. And when you start to love somebody for who they are without needing them to change, organically they will change, because a person that feels loved, seen, supported, respected, and appreciated, they would want to become a better person because they feel so freaking loved and appreciated. You know when someone tells you that you've done a really good job and you're like, thank you so much. I'm going to do that again. That felt good. I feel seen. I feel acknowledged. I feel appreciated. And then you do it again. And then you get another compliment to go, oh my gosh, thank you so much. You did that so well. You're like, thank you. Then you want to do it again. But imagine you give something a go and you're like, oh, that wasn't good enough. What are you doing? Who do you think you are? Why are you doing it that way? You can do it better. Why are you like this? Why are you not on this journey? Do you think that that will encourage someone to make a change and feel into that for you right now? That the biggest change I have seen in my husband was when I started to love him unconditionally for who he is. I don't want to change him. We're now almost 11 months, my husband and I, no alcohol. He is the healthiest, happiest, wealthiest, most self-assured husband, person, father that I've ever seen since I've known him. And this is the thing about relationships. We are 7 years in, my husband and I. And I don't believe that it's happily ever after. It is work ever after. And I wake up every single day and I choose him. Every single day, I choose you. I choose you. And how can I be a better wife today? How can I be a better partner for him today? How can I be a better support to him today? How can I bring more calm, joy, happiness, ease to this household? And guess what happens? This rubs off on our children. These incredibly beautiful children of mine that witness two parents speak so kindly to one another, that support one another, that love one another. The way our children speaks to us and to themselves. And of course, we all have freaking moments where it's chaotic, where it's shit vibes in the house. Of course, we have those moments when the kids are going mad and I'm frustrated, bro's frustrated. We all have those moments, but that is normal. That doesn't mean that we're having a bad life. It means that we're having a big fucking moment in a household and we're working through it. But I know that Brody's never the problem. I am never the problem. The problem is the problem, and we're on the same team and we need to solve that problem. And the last thing that I want to say to you, as much as we want to see change in others, be the change. Be the change and allow for other people to have their own journey in their own time. Because the moment when I let go of needing other people to live up to my expectations of what I am expecting from myself, I found myself, when I did that, I found myself constantly in a state of feeling disappointed and let down. And now people can't let me down because I don't hold a level of expectation from people. I am the expectation. The way I lead myself, everything that we do comes back to us. It comes back to our internal dialogue and the way we choose to view life. Through what lens are you viewing your relationship right now? So I want you to spend the next week and simply compliment and love so hard on your partner. Tell them how loved they are. Tell them how much you appreciate them. Give them affection, give them love, give them your smiles, give them your laughter, give them deep eye contact. Give them your fullest attention. Give them your presence. Give them your time. Give them your heart. Give them your commitment to your own growth. Be the change you want to see in others. Be the love you wish to receive. Be the light you want in your life. Be the safe space for your other half to be exactly who they are. When you start to lead yourself and look at other people with compassion and love and understanding and curiosity, you won't be so hard on them. We're all doing our best. No one is trying. I am going to believe this is true, that no one wants to be a bad person, and certainly not a family member. They don't want to be a bad person. So let's not pick them apart. Let's help them, put them back together so that they feel loved and appreciated and valued and respected and loved and supported. That they are good enough just the way they are. I hope this episode resonated with you. You are doing an incredible job. I am proud of you for committing to your own personal development journey. I am proud of you for going deep internally to working on you, because you are good enough and you are allowed to want more. You're allowed to go after all of the things that you want, but that is no one else's responsibility but yours. Set yourself free. Celebrate yourself and celebrate those around you and celebrate your own life. Thank you for being here. Thank you for tuning in. I hope this episode resonated with you, and I cannot wait to see you back here next week for another episode.